Hi developers, I'm Stone. So this is the first video on my channel. Okay. So in this video I am going to teach you how you can authenticate Java and SharePoint. As you know, Microsoft SharePoint provides two types of authentication. One is single sign-on where just we have to put our username, password, and another is multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication simply means you have to put username, password along with some extra parameter. Something like you will get an OTP in your mobile and you will use the OTP to sign in through the Microsoft. So in this tutorial I will show you how we can go through the single sign-on and how we can use the single sign-on to fetch the files and folders from the SharePoint. In the next video I will teach you how you can use multi-factor authentication of Microsoft using Java, so that you can do the same thing to fetch the folders and list. Okay, so let's start with the today's videos. In order to get the access token or bearer token or adult token, whatever you may say it, from the Microsoft, you need to follow three steps. First, you need to get the access token. Okay, after getting the access token, you need to get the sign in cookies by passing the access token to it. Okay, in the second step you will get the sign in cookies. Okay, in the third step, through the sign in cookies, we will get the form digest value or the bearer access token. Whatever you may tell me, it is the same thing only. So in three steps. First step we will get the access token, second step we will get the sign in cookies by passing the access token, and the third step, by passing the sign in cookies, we will get the form digest value. So let's begin with the first step. So here I will first make a string token is equal to receive security token. Okay, so let IntelliJ create this method for us. Yes, okay. In this method, simply we will use REST template. REST template is equal to REST template. So those who don't know what is REST template and all those things, so it is a part of Spring Boot only. It is a part of Spring Boot only. So yeah, if you have ever deal with HTTP client or anything, etc. Yes, so instead of using HTTP client, since it is an old thing only, so I am using REST template since it is a Spring Boot project. But I have created a main method, as you have seen, for simplicity to show you. We can use it as a Spring project also, but for simplicity I have created a main project and I am using the REST template here. Okay, so to get the response, to get the security token, we need to hit some endpoint. For this we need to create the request entity first. Since it is since we are using this, although it is an request, we are using a post request, means we are hitting any endpoint, it may be a get or post. Okay, for this we need to specify that it is an HTTP post request. Then the URI, what URI you want to fetch. Okay, what URI. So in our case, Microsoft provide HTTPS column / login / microsoftonline.com /extsts .srf. Okay, so here you can see that I have created one method here, new URI. Okay, it is saying to throw an exception. Okay, let's throw the exception here. So let's create a variable build security envelope. We will create the method here, so that it should create a method for us. Create a method, build security method. By default it's an object only, but we can make it change to string because we want a string envelope. Okay, so here you can So here you can see there is an SOAP envelope, as you can see where I will show you three parts. One is username, one is password, and another is endpoint address. As you can see here is the endpoint address. So these three things we need to change. Okay, by default these three things we need to change, otherwise it will not so if you will not change, it will we will end up with an error only. Okay, so let's start with building this thing. So first we will change the username, password, and the endpoint. Username with the minecrates dot username, and same thing we'll do with new env is equal to env dot replace, then the password we will replace password we will replace with the minecrates dot password. Okay, then we need to change the endpoint as well. https column double slash plus minecrates dot domain dot sharepoint.com. Okay, so now as you can see we have changed the username, the password, and the SharePoint. So for me the domain something like for you the domain it like be for me it is like say demo dot https column double slash demo dot sharepoint.com. So like this for you there will be some different domain name for you. So everything here these are static, only this domain thing is dynamic that you need to change as per your requirement. So now since we have modified the environment, we will change the new environment. We will use this new environment to pass to that method that we have created. Okay. So some error we are getting here. So let's fix those error first. Build envelope, will fit it here. Build envelope. Okay, this is one method, HTTP post. So since we have created our request entity, we will use our response entity to get the value. Okay, so for this response entity we will use a string, because our bearer token will come it as a string only. Okay, then we have created our template dot exchange. Okay, this is a method of REST template. So whatever request entity we have created, we will use that request entity, then we will get the response class. What value the response you will getting? So I am expecting a string, so I will use this string, then I will directly return string token is equal to response entity dot get body. Bus. Then we have to return the token itself. So don't forget, this is not the bearer token. Okay, so this is the access token. Okay, so here it is saying throwing an exception, because we have to surround it is within a try catch, because in the upper method we are throwing an exception. Okay, so let's pause this video for some time. I have some work. After getting the security token, we need to get the sign-in cookies. So the sign-in cookies will come as a list of string. Okay, so let's take our response as a list of string and cookies as the reference name, and we will create a method get sign-in cookies token. We will pass the token here. Oh, some spelling mistake I have done. Here change we will do, here change we will do. So let's pause for this video. Yes, so let's IntelliJ create our method for us. We will write simply directly. We will use the same thing whatever we have done. We have to create an REST template here also, because we will be hitting some endpoint. REST template is equal to new REST template. Okay, then we have to create the request entity string, then request. So again we will use a request entity to create the request entity value, then simply like that new request entity, then in this bracket we will use our whatever token that we have get token, then what type of method is this? Since we are sending something, it is a post method, it's a post method only. Then we have to use our new what endpoint we need to hit. That is the something like that. For me it is like https double some extra t came up, https column / no equal to is there / then my domain name. Okay, so I will not show you my domain name, but you can guess like that, my creates dot get dot domain. Okay, the domain plus dot sharepoint.com / forms. So this is the some Microsoft provided endpoint only, default.aspx here wa equal to aspx wa equal to wsi gnin 1.0.0. Okay, so since we have defined our request entity, here it is telling to throw an exception. We will throw the exception in the method signature, because we are handling it in main block try catch. So now let's come to the response entity. Response entity will be like string then res response entity is equal to template dot exchange request entity. Then what form you want? I want string dot class, string dot in which the response you want it of what type. So I want it like string type, so I'll use the string dot class. Okay, so now since I have written this http headers, we need to we need to get the cookies. So cookies comes from headers only. Headers new http headers response entity dot get headers. Okay, get headers. Then we will use list. We need the string, we need the cookies now. So cookies are in the form of string only, list of string. So here cookies is equal to headers dot get set cookie. So generally we set cookie like this, so we will get the cookie like this only, set cookie. Okay, so here you can see I am getting the cookies itself, then everything. Then after getting the cookies, we need to some extra cross check also. You can check whether it is an empty or not. You can throw an exception, etc. But for now I am creating a simple. I know it is my domain, and I can authenticate using this series, so there is no point of coming exception. So I am doing it like this. But you do, whenever you are doing it, just cross check all those things whenever you are getting a response. Then return cookies. So at last, finally we have completed our second step, that is to get in the sign in to cookies. Now we will use the third step, that is to get the form digest value by passing the cookies itself. Okay, string form digest value is equal to get form digest values cookies. Let's IntelliJ create this method for us. Okay, smart, very smart. So fast. So yeah, before proceeding further, I need to send. So suppose if we need if we see, I will show you when I will run the program. Okay, basically whenever we are fetching the cookies, now we will fetch the cooking like rtps equal to something like the cookies will be there. So we need to append the, like suppose I get cookie 1 and cookie 2, then I got cookie 3 in that list. To send to get the form digest value, I need to append the cookie 1, cookie 2, cookie 3, like this, in this to the semicolon. Those the same part we will do now. So let int I is equal to 0, string cookie is equal to cookies dot get. We will get the index, get 0, first index we will get. Then we will remove the same index, cookies dot for string cookie. No, for I not equal to 0 we will be doing. For I not equal to 0, string cookies. So first we will be doing the for string, first we will be iterating the cookies, then we will be to if I not equal to 0. Okay, I not equal to 0, else if I not equal to 0, I have made it 1, sorry for it. I am very I get confused little bit during excitement only. So if I not equal to 0, we will send it like cookie equal to cookie, we will append it na, we will append it. So we will append it cookie plus, then here we will put a plus symbol, here we will use a semicolon, here we will use the plus symbol. Okay, so here we have appended the cookie. So now we want to what we want to we will use to append this cookie. Okay, so else if it is not we will do else we will do an plus plus I. Okay, I think you are understanding this logic. So whenever I am getting this 0, then whatever will be when I not equal to 0, I am, because once it will end, it will append after leaving the first index, you will append all those things. Okay, then we will use this rest template again, because we again make to create one new we need to hit an endpoint. And we need to send some, okay, we need to send some headers. For that we will be using multi-value hash map. That is good. Multi-value hash map, those who have not, those who don't know, I will briefly tell this what is multi-value hash map. Just let me complete it. We will add the cookie, whatever cookie that we have generated, then headers dot add accept. We will use that accept form, means whatever JSON or XML you are using to accept. In my case I will be using application slash JSON. We will use extra another parameter, that is OData. OData is equal to verbose. If you go to the Microsoft documentation, they specify that you need to use this OData equal to verbose along with this application JSON. Okay, then we have to use headers dot add x client service client tag. It is one of the property that you need to set. Client tag, that we need to use like SDK Java, because you are using a Java SDK Java. Then same, we will use our request entity string request entity is equal to new request entity. We'll put our headers as our parameter 1. Then what method we need to put? http method dot post it is an post method only. Then we need to mention our URI. We will use new URI https column double slash https column double slash, then my domain name that I can show you, sorry, minecrates dot domain and then we can use dot sharepoint.com. Then you will use slash underscore API slash context info. It is saying to throw an exception. We will throw the exception as we are handling it in our parent method. Then we will use our response entity, that string equal to new response entity, sorry, new response entity not, we need to call the REST template, we need to call the endpoint actually, template.exchange request entity. Then what response you want as a type, I want a type a response of string class. Sorry for my mistake, my bad, string class. So here we are getting response entity string, we will use a JSON object, let's see who is one we want this faster JSON P object. No, this one we don't want, we need JSON object, object format JSON P object. I think we need to add the dependency. Okay, something we have done wrong. HTTP microsoftonline.com. Let's cross check the endpoint whether it is correct or not. I think there might be some reason with the endpoint only. So if we go to https microsoftonline.com exts.srf. Yeah, it is correct only. Request entity shim. Okay, understood. Okay, understood. We need to extract token, we need to actually extract the token. This, if we print this thing, this will not give me the body, it will give me the whole body. Okay, this request entity, if I'll put this request entity string dot class, okay, then I will use this DOM result res result is equal to new DOM result. Okay, DOM result. Then we will use this string token is equal to extract token response ID response entity dot get body. Okay, let's create this method. Let's IntelliJ create this method for us. It will extract the token. Okay, now you will use document builder factory. We want document builder factory because from the factory only we will initialize some object. Document builder factory dot get instance dot new instance. I think, yeah, dot new instance. Get was not coming. Then document builder is equal to df dot new document builder. Okay, I think it is saying that to import. Okay, we will import the class. It is throwing to exception, we will throw the exception. Then db document, then document document doc is equal to db dot parse I think we have imported something wrong. org, yeah, w3c dom, this one we want. Duck uh, duck is equal to new db.parse db.df dot parse df will be not, this method doesn't have actually builder dot parse new string reader new string reader we want here. New string reader will put the response. The body, I think it will tell us to throw an exception. Wrap using string new input source. Okay, understood. We will trick something. New input source equal to this one. Okay, it is saying that exception. Okay, fine, correct. Then XPath factory, this is something to read XML. XPF is equal to XPath factory dot new instance XPath is equal to xpf dot new path. Okay, correct. Then we will use our now we will get our token. String token is equal to xp which is equal to path dot evaluate. If you will print the response, you will find like binary security token slash text. It will extract the text from it here. Binary security token text. Then we need document dot get document element. Doc dot get document element. Okay, cool. So now we need to return token. Let's print. Oh, I think it is throwing an exception here. Okay, we will add this exception to here. Extract token also throwing an exception. Okay, let's add the exception because our parent block is handling everything, every token. So let's print it. What is the error? Let's go to here. We will put here what we can do env. Let's break it down. Dot replace string new env is equal to Okay, now let's hope it might print it. Basically we are not reusing this variable. That was the reason. So here it will definitely, it has to work now. Let's see. Because we are not using the new reference, it was overriding. That was causing. So guys, you can see here we have done one mistake, that login slash login dot. Here you can use login dot. So now it will run successfully. It is printing the token. This is the actual token. Okay, RTFA is a cookie name, and another cookie also you can find here. Yeah, domain, the domain is something like, so there is 2-3 cookies you can find it. So let's use these cookies to fetch from real directory information from the SharePoint. Okay, so till now we have received all those security token, cookies and signature, etc. Now let's get some folders or folder list like this. Okay, we will use the same thing to generate the folders or the list from the SharePoint. Okay, just give me 1 second. Yeah, that's the same thing we will use. I will not waste a time with. I will use this multi-value map, something like this. In this multi-value hash map linked by the cookie, we don't need to form the cookie. So okay, we need to append the cookie first. Int cookies. We need to form the cookies first, then int I is equal to 0 string cookie is equal to cookies dot get 0 cookies is equal to cookies dot stream oh sorry AIES cookies dot stream dot filter. We will, since we have taken the fast filter, we don't want the fast filter should come in the cookie again. s dot contents s dot contents s dot contents cookie dot collector dot to list. Okay, collector dot to list. Okay, dot collectors dot to list. Sorry, here it will be cookies because the return type is a list of string. Okay, so here int I is equal to 0. Then we need to extradite cookies is equal to cookies dot stream dot filter s s dot contains rps context cookie equal to path equal to slash dot collector to list. So basically here what I am saying that whenever we are fetching the cookies, it returns three type of cookies. So two cookies we will be using. This cookie has no use, so we will not use this cookie. So I am excluding the this cookie from the cookies, whole cookies. So header dot will be used. Then new you will use the new form cookie with the semicolon in it. String new formed string new formed cookie is equal to, so new formed cookie is equal to cookie plus semicolon plus cookies dot get 0. Okay, so here we have get the cookie. Now we will use this new formed cookie, and we will use this something like verbose and all those things. Cookie will be formed cookie, accept will be something like that. We will use something bearer x digest request x request digest, that will be like our form digest value, will be like form digest value. Okay, then header dot add will add the bearer dot add authorization which will be like our bearer bearer B capital B rer space bearer space plus form digest value. Okay, then we will use our request entity. Let me copy it something from else. Okay, we will use request entity, but what endpoint we need to hit? We need to hit an endpoint. Give me 1 second. Let's see what are the endpoints that Microsoft provides. After using that, we will use something like that. So we will create our path. String path is equal to https column double slash plus migrates dot get dot domain plus dot sharepoint.com slash sites my site name slash API slash web slash get folder by servlet relative URL, get servlet relative URL. So again you have to pass the relative URL path of the folder. Okay, site slash my site name then that's the share. So by default in in SharePoint there is a folder called share documents. So I am using this. You can see I am using some special character in between the share documents because it is having space in it. Okay, so I am not encoding, I am directly using it. So if I use documents documents slash expand is equal to folders and files. I mean, this will expand folders as well as files okay. So after, since path we have formed, now we have to call the request entity and the response entity for all those things. Since we are getting request entity, we have already done that. SharePoint request entity, new request entity, new URI. The path here we don't need to set like this because we have a custom path to get the folders and all. Path, so it will be like team developer so let's run the program. Sorry, we have not printed anything, that's why it is ended up like this. So we will print our sout request entity, response entity. Oh, sorry, my fault. So I have not used any response entity till now. Okay, so we will be using response entity as well for this thing. Response entity string response entity is equal to new response entity body. We don't need to set anybody because it is a get request. Then we will pass our headers, whatever headers that we have created. Then we have to specify what method it is. HTTP method dot get then in which response you want your class, means the response how you want the means here you want to set the path here. Request entity and the set directly we will pass. Since we have passed it header and post all those things, we don't need to pass in response entity. I will put here is request entity, then path, whatever the path name we want. Then simply we will do a sout, response entity dot get body. This one will be string dot class because I am expecting string as a class, means my response should be part of a string class. Sorry, here I have done another mixes. Here will be have I created a template? No, I have not created REST template. We will create a REST template. Template is equal to new REST template. Okay, so instead of using this, we will do template.extends request entity and all those. Template.extends the request entity and all those. Let's run the program again. Main Java 63. sorry, some couple of mistake I have done that I have rectified. So as you can see here, I have done a mistake that get folder by servlet URL relative URL. It's not like that. Get folder by server relative URL. Okay, I know the video is getting relatively long, but it's not an easy process also. I am coding step by step, and so it will be a long video. With the other operation, you can see I am getting the response here. If I put the response here, so this is it, how you can integrate and SharePoint. I will show you couple of website from Microsoft where it's Microsoft SharePoint, the SharePoint Java integration. So you will get to know about some different APIs also. Complete basic operation, works with list, all those things. So you can see here how I was also, this is the XML document that I used it, okay, sometimes. And this is, see, web list GI. If I work with folders, you can see here get folders by servlet URL, share documents. Here you have to pass the path, and this is your domain name, this is your domain, actual domain name, the site URL, everything. So I'm ending this video today. So tomorrow we will be learning two-factor authentication, and I will show you how you can map this response to a POJO object also. Okay, thank you.